It is oppressively hot out here today. I'm supposed to do a garden tour video. This is awful. I can feel my insides boiling. I don't know how you southern people do this. I don't know how I did it. I lived in Oklahoma for 8 years. I don't know how I don't know how I survived this. I really don't. So why am I out here? Why am I not in my comfortable, air-conditioned house and instead standing in the sunlight in the garden because something exciting happened? Look at that! These are beautiful. Look at that. But I'm not going to eat one right now. These are Wits, and he gets the first. Darn him. Guess I'll just have to wait. He's home. It's time to try them out. Ready?
Yep.
So good. Hey guys. So, it's been several days since the first attempt to make this. When we went to do the editing, we discovered that the microphone was not working. It wasn't good sound. You couldn't hear what I was saying. There was some crackling, and I don't know what's going on with that. I gotta figure it out. But in the meantime, I get to come out and reshoot the garden tour. So I'm gonna make it short and sweet. There are things growing really well. There are things that we pulled out. And it is actually time for me to plant the fall garden. So I want to show you something that I just bought that I'm kind of excited to plant. Let's take a look. So we've had a good amount of rain the last few days. My squash over here is doing pretty good, but it looks like I may be getting some squash bug damage over here. Those wilty leaves are telling me there's something going on. So I'm going to take a closer look at that. Overall, the plant looks good and healthy. I'm very happy. The rain actually has revived my basil, partly because it brought the temperature down. There's that sweet basil. The other one was lemon. And my chamomile is doing pretty well. And the amethyst basil, which actually seems to really green up if it's getting a lot of heat or sun. So I don't know if that's normal for the amethyst basil, but the flavor is still good. So most of my zinnias have died away, but a few of them are still growing, so I need to go through and pull the ones that are dead out of there, give the living ones a chance. The green beans look really good. They are getting some sort of brown spot, but it's not enough to really seem to damage the plants too much. And we're getting beans. We actually ate a few the other day. I'm only getting handfuls right now. Oh, there's some more growing down there. But I'm pretty happy to have that coming up. Over here, my sweet bell peppers There is a pepper growing there, and it's got flowers. There we go. And this is the black turtle bean, and it is finally running. I really was starting to worry that I might have to take more of this plant out, but it is starting to run. And the purple blossoms are just beautiful. I haven't seen any beans on it yet. I'm looking. I haven't seen beans on it, but the blossoms are just gorgeous. So I'm happy with that. It is a nice, healthy plant. And honestly, these green peppers just look beautiful. And it's climbing and looking gorgeous, just like I hoped it would. So I'm pretty happy there. The borage is coming back, and you can see there that it is starting to flower. So it's still not doing great, but it's there. This, on the other hand, is doing really well. The Swiss chard just looks fantastic. As you can see, my curly kale was eaten up, and so was the collard greens, which they're trying to grow back here, but they just keep getting eaten down. They just keep getting eaten by the bugs, so I just need to pull that. But the Swiss chard just looks lovely. We've already eaten this once, and I need to come through and cut that again. As you can see, the squash bugs and possibly vine borer just absolutely devastated this plant. And that was the last one in my bathtub garden. So I'm very sad to see that go. The sage looks beautiful. The savory looks good. Let's go check out the tomatoes. Oh, on the way to the tomatoes, these are purple coneflower and a daisy that a dear friend in our life group brought for me. So I'm pretty excited. They look really good. Very happy to have them. Now, this is my Cherokee purple, and it is looking really rough. It's pretty stressed out from all the heat we had, and I just don't think it's not doing well. I don't know what's going on with my tomatoes this year. Oops, I'm sorry, guys. But that monster tomato, if I can get it to ripen, is going to be worth it. That thing is gorgeous and so big. There are quite a few tomatoes on there. I'm just hoping to get them through. This tomato plant is looking really good. Nothing is ripening yet, but this was labeled as a cherry tomato, but those are saladette sized tomatoes for sure. They're fairly large, definitely not a one bite tomato at all. That mint is doing fantastic. Mint is just one of those things that anyone can grow because it just wants to be. It wants to grow, it wants to live, and it just thrives. Now, this tomato plant is almost as tall as I am. I am 5'6", and this plant's going to tower over me if I give it some support. It's very big. This is the mortgage lifter, and it's got quite a few smaller fruits on it. Nothing like real big, no showstoppers, but it's got some good sized fruits starting. So I'll be happy with what I get. My oregano looks good. It has bolted on me, but that's okay. I can cut that back and it'll still do quite well. As you can see, it needs to be weeded. I haven't done that. Dead. I have rooted some cuttings up in the house for replacing this and also for replacing the pepper plants that died here. So I'm just going to stick tomatoes in there and I'll be happy with that. This tomato plant is so heavy with fruit and they're ripening pretty much every day. There are more to pick. And Whit has really been enjoying having these. I'm going to give it some water, and it is actually a little bit taller than me. That top bit there, it's over my head now. So that's going to be a massive plant, and it's got tomatoes all the way up to the top. Look at that. And it's even flowering the very top. Can't get it to focus. So, kudos to you, tomato plant. I'm going to harvest what's ready off of there before I water. Thyme looks good. Chickens look good. The chickens are happy, healthy. We just did a bunch of weeding and gave the weeds to them, and they really enjoyed it. The sunflower looked gorgeous, and as it started to be picked at by the birds, I just cut it off. I gotta show you guys this. I cut it off and I gave it to the chickens. But then I was noticing, I don't remember if I told you guys before, it's got a bunch more heads on it. And as soon as I cut that top head, all of these started popping out. And it's going to have a whole bunch of new blooms here. So I'm excited for those. I'll love seeing them. And when they're done, the chickens will enjoy eating them. They finish them off pretty quick. This squash plant is a victim of squash bugs. I just read about something that will kill off a squash bug infestation, and I'm going to give it a try. Something I haven't tried before. Down here, I'm pretty sure this is a cucumber plant. My mom had cucumbers over here last year, and I'm pretty sure that's what I'm looking at. So I'm hoping it survives and doesn't have a squash bug problem, and I get maybe some cucumbers off of it. Would be nice. Let's say hi to the chickens, and then I'll show you my new thing. Hi, girls. They are all getting big. No tail feathers. No tail feathers sticking up just yet, so nobody's laying, but they should be getting close in the next few weeks. Otherwise, they're doing really well out here. And I think soon we're going to go ahead and get some electric poultry netting. And we are going to give them a little bit of extra outdoor space and let them out. For now, I just want to keep them in the yard. All right, let's go talk about my new project for fall gardening. So I don't know if I've explained it on the channel, but I am an Aldi nerd. I am an Aldi shopper, Aldi lover. I think the deals are usually pretty good, and the prices mean that I can afford to eat a healthier diet when I'm not able to grow things myself. The produce is pretty good. I don't buy anything that needs to keep for very long, but overall, it's good. Let me show you my latest Aldi find. Sorry for the squinting. So these are stackable planters, and I haven't opened them up yet, so I can only show you how the 3-pack sits together. There we go. So each of those pots, that's a 3-pack. So each of them can sit in turn on top of each other like this, and you fill them with potting soil, and then you can plant all the way around and up the spiral. I got enough here to do 3 stacks, and I'm going to do some of my fall planting vertical in these to save space and get a bigger harvest. Alright, so I figured I'd end this video in the shade next to my deck so that I can actually see. I am grateful for the harvest we're getting. I am choosing to just move on from the frustrations of things that I've lost. Nobody is ever going to be a perfect gardener or perfect, well, anything, truthfully. There are no perfect people in this world. So we have to learn to use every opportunity to keep growing. I'm not going to stop gardening because I've had a rough year. I'm not. We've had vehicle setbacks, but we just keep pushing forward. Things haven't worked out the way we've wanted, but we keep trying. And it's far more important to pick yourself up each time you fail than it is to get it right the first time. You learn more, you grow more, and you are more understanding of other people's innate humanness when you can accept the humanness in yourself. Okay, enough of that. Thank you all for watching, for joining us. Take care. God bless.